Good morning, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 10 minutes away from 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. Back with a few for today. Late racing last night when Saratoga was over. Misread a couple of races completely. Thought Kappas and was another one that, just FYI, I thought they might turn the tables on their two that won the last time, but that wasn't to be. Kappas got into a bit of a pocket, but I don't know. I don't think it'd be great winning a Grade 1. The other one was very impressive in the last race, and we're fierce unlucky not to have a good night in Ireland. 5-1 shot beaten by a head. One more stride, it was up, and two more strides, it might have been second. The one on that finished third finished very well. Tom Mullins' horse. But Colin Keane got first run on us, and Myriad in the stay-in race in Bath finished second at 14-1. The winner got first run as well on us, but I think we might on 1-6 good firm ground. I think that'll pick up a race in them that category. So made a profit on that, and unlucky with the other one. On to today. A shout out to Merrick and Cole, COLE lately, and I forgot to mention whoever I met in Listowel that works for McMahon's Builder Service. I think I don't know which of them it was. Drop it in the comments. I think Greg Byrne. Did he say Greg Byrne is their boss? Soft old boss. He said he's the head book cat of over Ireland. Drop a comment in whoever I met in Listowel from McMahon's Building Supplies if you want your timber for a roof. On to today. There's a staying race in Catterick. We have our regular old horse there, Pontelius. Bit of money for it too, I see. It was 9-2 only about an hour ago. I thought Knight's Affair for a good run the last day went up £2 up to 68 from 66. Ran a good enough race first time out this year. Mile 5 behind that Tafsir. Went off favourite for that race. Then it ran in Doncaster. And the horse that was third in this, actually, Sister and Brother, that won yesterday evening, didn't it? I'm having a cup of tea while I'm watching this. You can have one as well.
Affair from the back of the field. Still there is Southern Voyage as now Major takes on She's a Novelty. Then Churchill Rose, who's rather held in. Sister and Brother there is looking for some racing boom. Southern Voyage behind this, and the black and yellow Knight's Affair furthest from the stands coming into it. 5 in with a chance inside the last half furlong. Southern Voyage in the black and orange has the advantage. Sister and Brother finally sees day's light. Knight's Affair is there as well. They hit the line with just Southern Voyage. Either side was Knight's Affair and...
I think there's a race in that, lad, and I hope it's today. Only a 4-year-old. As I said, Pontelius, money for that this morning. On to Haydock. We got 2 bus horses running. The Jonagon Stakes. Now, Point Linus won for us the last day. It's up against it against the ratings, because it won off 100 the last day and it's up to 105. But you have higher rated horses in it, the likes of Witch Hunter and Tiber Flow and them. But Point Lane has done it well the last day. He was a big price. I think he finished up 6s, was it? And he was as big as 12s in York, but he runs well at York. But to be fair, he had 2 decent enough runs in Haydock as well. 4 to Chindit last year in the Group 3, and it was second to triple time way back. But he got a great bounce out of the stalls the last day, and he led pillar to post. That's him out in front here as we pick it up.
The noseband being finessed into it, then Dutch Decoy, La Trinidad in the red and white, extreme left, white cap, blue for you. Almubir switch to the right in the dark blue is running on. Point Linus inside the two, leads by a length. Northern Express in the noseband though is bearing down on Point Linus, and these two have moved over 3 lengths clear of La Trinidad and blue for you. Can Northern Express get past Point Linus, who keeps on rolling? These two dominating the finish of the Hamilton. Point Linus finding more. Northern Express pressing, but Point Linus clings on grimly from Northern Express. Bo Pedro from out of the cloud.
That was almost a mile, and it's a decent enough time, I remember as well. It was about 1:36. Back to 7 furlongs on 37 yards today. Pogo's a front runner as well, so we'll have to try and shake off him. It was 16-1 last night before I went to that match. Match went all right too, but I don't know. Fella got in my face at one point, and he shook me, shouting that it was a wide ball when it was over the bar. I was just getting bending down to get the flag. I don't know. I might call it off after that. They're paying 4 places, a lot of bookies there. So Point Linus, 10-1 shot there with 365 was 16s. On to the 4:45, we have a Bus horse as well. 6 furlong, top of the ground sprint. Albarez, he won first and last twice, so we stay loyal to him today. Surprisingly, he likes top of the ground because, as you see by his breeding there, by Dark Angel out of a Fast Company mare, and you'd imagine it would be hot deep ground. That want. This was in Southall.
And down the stand side, Ingrator is followed by Albarez, who's on the forward move very definitely. Billy Joe is trying to fight his way back into contention as well. Heading inside the final furlong now, right across the track. Shalayaska together with Albarez. Pause for thought. Billy Joe putting in a great effort, the grey. Albarez and Billy Joe as they go towards the line. Albarez and Billy Joe followed then.
88 that day. Up to 92. Each way bet on Albarez. That's drifting because that was 6s and it's out to 7.5. That Tal Dubai, an old horse we've won on a couple of times. I think we tipped up fresh the last day, didn't we? It wasn't too fresh. Weren't we on fresh the last day behind Wiltshire? I think we were 19th April. We'll go with the loyalty bet. 2 in Ireland. Jumped the Shark. We were on that a couple of times last year over 2 miles in hurdles, and it done no good for us after a promising run. But Upton trip for the first time the last day over fences. Didn't jump that great. And didn't look like winning after the last, but Downpatrick had a good run home. We were on it. We were on it this day here, the 23rd of February 2023. And we were on it this day as well. And we'd stopped after that, so we're giving it a shot today. This was it in Downpatrick. It's in the JP colours.
through it and gone. Horse and Rider is Ocean Legacy. No chance whatsoever.
Very
Didn't raise a
clumsy
leg,
jumping.
but it's Welsh Saint. Both Horse and Rider are up. Welsh Saint to in second. Gladiatorial. Then comes Jump the Shark and Lady Cake clear of Okadango Boy, who's getting going, but has about 20 lengths to make up. And Gladiatorial, Welsh Saint. Jump the Shark off the bridle inside the final quarter mile, and it's Welsh Saint. Only one fence left to jump to in second. Gladiatorial. Keep your eye on Okadango Boy, but it's Welsh Saint to Gladiatorial. Jump the Shark. Lady Kate, Okadango Boy, tangential, but Welsh Saint. Two in second, Jump the Shark, and then Gladiatorial and Lady Kate and Okadango Boy. Long run in up the hill. Here comes Jump the Shark. Welsh Saint, Jump the Shark, Lady Kate, Okadango Boy in the Gladiatorial, but Jump the Shark under a hands and heel nursing ride from Keith Donahue. Two in second, Welsh Saint, and then comes Lady Kate, Okadango Boy, but Jump the Shark, quick.
That was the first time it went further than 2.5 miles. I think, wasn't it? Two miles 5 behind Corbett's Cross, 2 miles 4.5. Yeah, it was the furthest it went. Needs to brush up on his jumping. Went up, I think it went up £9, £8. And I thought there was a favourite who might take on at Naas, Mayman. Take him on with Shout, Never. Back and Trip, I think, might suit this. It needs to break well, but it is the first time hood on. It had a real good run last year in the Curragh behind good Big Gossie, and only died late on in that race. Headed in the final 100 yards. That was when it was with Fozzie Stack, and I think it was sold for 85,000. And even without the favourite there, I think is 5-2. 5-2. I thought at 5-1 it was worth taking on the Fav. We have the Belmont Stakes tonight. We were on Sierra Leone in the Kentucky Derby. It was second. I think the extra, that's down as a mile 2. The Kentucky Derby or the Belmont Stakes was always a mile 4, wasn't it? Is that correct? Did they change the distance when they changed the track? There's a couple other, I think I'm on Point Leon anyway. The Manhattan Stakes, I couldn't sort Joseph Bryanson's over Al Rifa. That could go well enough in that race at an each way price tonight. In the Met Handicap, a grade 1, the Breeders' Cup Classic winner that won for us, what, a Barrio. Back to a mile. I'd prefer it if it was a bit further because National Treasure, the front running National Treasure, would suit him. But White Barrio has won at the track before, hasn't he? Didn't he win was it the Travers he won? Beat Zandon by 30 lengths. The Whitney. So he goes all right at the track. And Irad Ortiz he's on fire. I think he had 4 last night, had he? Star of Mystery hasn't ran since Medan. For Charlie Appleby. There's a couple that bombed out the last couple of days. That was behind our California Spangle that day, the 30th of March. I was sort of impressed by Coburn the last time. He pulled away for Stephen Asmussen. Churchill Downs. I thought that was going to be competitive in that race. The Woody Stevens. Woody was a great trainer in my day when I was in America. Remember, he used to have a horse called Ferdinand. No, that was about it. There's a lot of tough grade ones. There's a great card on tonight. Anyway, I'll get this into the oven. So bash the bookies over and out.